Are you aware that you might be actually asking yourself a dangerous question that leads you to remain stuck, get stuck, remain stuck, and have a hard time getting out of that emotional stuckness? Okay. So let's dive on in what the question is and what maybe some other question might be that might be more effective for you if you are here to make an impact, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this. So hello and welcome. Excited you're here. In case you haven't met before, my name is Katrine from bloomwithkatrine.com, and I'm coming live to you from the beautiful Bavarian forest over here in Germany. Please don't be shy. Say hi as you're coming in live or later on in the replay, and drop down below where you're tuning in from, because I love being able to circle back around and talk to you a little bit. And I love helping networkers like yourself build a strong, active dream team here on social media, using effective online strategies and doing so with self-confidence, with savvy and soul. Okay. And now I don't know how often I have experienced this myself, asking myself this question and feeling how I start drowning in worry, drowning truly in stuckness, if that makes sense. Okay. And I just had actually a conversation over the weekend with a friend who was a really, really great person. And she was really stuck in that place as well. So I'm going to share that story with you. But first off, drop down below if you have a notion of what that question actually might be that is literally dangerous when it comes to you being able to make an impact in this world. Okay, be curious to know what your ideas are. Obviously, I'm going to give it to you, but let me take a sip of water first. So here it is. It's the question, why or how come? Okay. Now, what's the problem with that? Just let's dive into this for a second together. Okay. When I go like, why is this happening? How come this is happening? Okay, whatever it might be, maybe it's something bad that happened to you in your life. Maybe it's something dreadful that happened close to you or that happened to somebody that you care about, right? Maybe you just go, well, how come I'm always so tired and I really can't get myself into motion? Or maybe it's how come my business isn't growing or my project isn't evolving the way I want it to, right? Drop it down below whether you can relate to any of these, okay? Tap on the heart if that's where you're at. And can you feel where it takes you? Does it take you to a good place of, okay, now let's change something about this? Or does it take you down a rabbit hole, I'm going to say, like a negative emotional loop where you can spend a few minutes, hours, days, weeks, months even, okay, without really making an impact, without really, I would say, truly being alive, okay? And it can really, really keep us stuck. Now, let's take a very tangible example, okay, here on social media, because that's what we're here to learn, right? So say, and this is actually what the friend of mine shared with me over the weekend, Katrine, I haven't done a story like the Facebook features, the story, right, or on Instagram, same thing, because they're just not working and I don't know why, how come, others are getting great results with them. I didn't. And now I'm sitting here thinking about, should I do them again? Should I not do them again? And she's like really stuck in that hole of emotional overthinking. Okay. And here's what happened to her. She actually chose a few weeks ago to not do them anymore. But she keeps coming back to why come it didn't work. Okay, let me know whether you can relate to that. So I hope that's not where you're at. The stories feature is awesome. And now here's what I recommended to her and that she found very helpful. And I know it's helpful for me as well whenever I get stuck in the why hole, the how come life is the way it is loop. Okay. And that's to ask different questions. Now, the English language has quite a few of them. How about we take a look at them real quick as they relate to Facebook stories, okay? So, what might I do to get more engagement on my Facebook stories, okay? So instead of how come nobody engages with me, why doesn't anybody, leave me some love or whatever it might be that you're looking for, what might I do to get more engagement? Because there are things you might do. Now, if you have no idea what that might be, who could you possibly speak to about this? Do you know people who use stories? And if you don't, and if you want to take a deeper look into that, I'm here, okay? I'm all here. I've done a few trainings on this as well already on this page, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you about what it is that you might do, okay? So who could you speak to? What might you do differently? Number 3, if you don't want to talk to anybody, and I get it, right? Sometimes like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm struggling, right? Can you relate to that? I do sometimes. So where could you get help? And I have an amazing blueprint for you that really helps you build your business on social media, okay, to get started or restarted in a potentially more effective way than you may be doing things here on social at this point, okay? So drop blueprint down below if that's something you'd like to take a look at, okay? It's less than 2 cinema tickets, so and it's really going to lay the foundation that you can build your empire on, okay? So this is awesome. Okay, so what might I do differently? Who might I speak to? Where could I get help? Number 4, how could I be potentially more active, right? Here's the thing, I hear that so often and it really intrigues me. Where does it come from? This notion of, well, if I post something, wherever, it doesn't really matter which platform, which feed, and we believe that now that I've posted something, everybody's going to see it and everybody's going to, engage with it. This is not a one-way street, right? So if you post once a day, once a week, whatever your rhythm might be, without doing anything yourself on social media, meaning, engaging with other people's content first and after you've posted yours, you can't really expect much result, right? So if that's where you're at, not quite wrong. Think about this. How could you be more active? How could I be more active to do that, right? And there's only so much we can do when it comes to, influencing others to do what it is that we would want them to do. But I think we should really, really focus on what can I do and how can I become more active, for example, in social. Now you go, maybe, well, Katrine, it's easy for you to say you've got so much time. Well, not really, okay? So when you think, okay, but it's already so much that I have to do, think about this. When could you be more active on social? Do you maybe have some downtime? Maybe in the evenings when you're maybe watching television, maybe you take 10 minutes out of that time, step away from the television, okay, or whatever you're watching, and really focus on engaging with people on social during these 10 minutes and see and test it out whether that does make a change for you, okay? I think it will. Let me know. And last but not least, think about who is it you want to attract to you so you don't engage with anyone, but strategically with the people you really want to draw closer to you because you know that you can help them achieve a goal or help them, solve a problem that they may be going through at this point. Okay, so I hope this has given you some ideas, and let me know down below whether you can feel where these questions, okay, I'm going to repeat them. What might I do? Who could I speak to? Where could I get help? How could I be more active on social, for example? When could I become more active? And who do I actually want to draw towards me, attract to me, so to speak? That these questions actually put you in a more active state of mind where you're ready to take action again, okay? Whereas the why emotional loop keeps you stuck and inactive. If that's where you're at, you really want to start asking these other questions of the beautiful English language, right? To actually enable you again to get back in a place where you're able to make an impact. And you were born to make an impact in this world, not to just be here, okay? I'm 100% convinced of this. Everybody watching this is meant to make an impact in this world. So please get into action. Please start asking more effective questions. Again, if a blueprint to get started or restarted in a maybe more effective way than what you're currently doing is something you want to take a look at, drop blueprint down below. And I'm looking forward to seeing you soon on my next training. Take care. It's time for you now to take action and bloom online. Have fun and see you next time. All the best from Katrine. Bye.